Good evening. Thanks for joining us for Source 16 News at 10. I'm Tammy Hancock. Well, Christian County High School students were in high spirits today as they rallied together and honored the boys basketball team for winning the Sweet 16 state championship, as well as one of their own players who was named Mr. Basketball. School officials hung the 2011 championship banner at the gym and also recognized Anthony Hickey, who was named today as Mr. Basketball. Source 16's Jack Keys will have more on this story coming up in just a few minutes in sports. And just as a reminder, a parade will be held for the public to honor the CCHS boys basketball team at 4 o'clock Thursday afternoon at Christian County High School. The parade route will run from CCHS to North Drive, 7th Street to South Virginia Avenue, and Glass Avenue to CCHS. In addition, officials do encourage residents to wear CCHS school colors to show that all of Christian County celebrates this victory. Oak Grove's chief of police has been fired. After being contacted by various entities, including law enforcement agencies, Oak Grove Mayor Dan Potter says his decision to relieve Milton Perry as police chief was based largely on ongoing leadership issues within the department. Chief Perry was placed on administrative suspension during a 2-month investigation by the Kentucky State Police last November. Perry was employed by the city of Oak Grove in 1989 and has served as police chief for over 18 years. In 2007, the Oak Grove Police Department's insurance was canceled by the Kentucky League of Cities. At that time, the city of Oak Grove sought an alternative insurance option. Potter says, quote, "The city now finds the insurance jeopardized again as the police department leadership comes under extreme scrutiny." Major Les Langdon was appointed interim chief until a new police chief can be appointed. There's 3 new faces on Mayfield's police department. The city of Mayfield has recently added Ty Jackson, Gary Beasley, and Trevor Webb to their ranks. Ty Jackson is a certified police officer returning home after working in Marshall County and for the Pennyroyal Task Force. His return will add to the department's concentrated efforts to proactively attack the drug problem in Mayfield. Certified police officer Gary Beasley started his career in Princeton and Clinton and is now coming to Mayfield. Meanwhile, Trevor Webb will leave next month for the police academy. He has been a dispatcher for the Central Dispatch Center at Mayfield for 2 years. A Fulton Police K-9 won first place during a training class for the North American Police Working Dog Association. Chief Terry Powell says K-9 Turbo and handler Private First Class Doug Love won the competition with the fastest time and were the only team to successfully locate all 5 of the drug hides in 2 minutes and 4 seconds. The competition was hosted by the Henry County, Tennessee Sheriff's Office and consisted of about 15 other K-9 teams from Nebraska, Illinois, and Somerset, Kentucky that attended the training seminar and brief competition. Chief Powell says the competition focused on the K-9's ability to focus on task and avoid distractions. For winning this small competition, the K-9 team won a $100 gift card from AceK9.com. In other news, Hopkinsville residents may hear tornado warning sirens tomorrow, but don't be alarmed because local officials are testing the operation of 2 new outdoor warning sirens. Christian County Emergency Management Director Randy Graham says the 2 new tornado outdoor warning sirens are located on Summit Street and Waddell Circle. As part of the process to make these sirens fully operational, the sirens will be programmed and tested on Wednesday and may be initiated more than one time to test the accuracy of the programming. Graham says tornado warning sirens are typically tested on the first Tuesday of each month at 9 a.m. and the only other time the sirens are deployed is if a tornado warning has been issued. Another home was destroyed by fire in Ohio County overnight. Fire crews responded to the 300 block of Deanfield Church Road in Whitesville, where they found the home fully engulfed in flames. Firefighters reported that no one was home at the time of the blaze and there were no injuries reported. At this time, Kentucky State Police spokesman Trooper Corey King told Source 16 that this house fire is not related to 4 other structure fires that occurred last week, and it is not suspicious in nature. Last week, police believe arson was the cause of a fire in 2 separate buildings behind Horse Branch Elementary School, as well as a fire that occurred around the same time that destroyed a vacant house about a mile away from the school. Classes were canceled Thursday and Friday at the elementary school because of fire damage to 2 classrooms, broken windows, and smoke damage throughout the school. Classes resumed Monday at an alternate location until repairs can be made to the elementary school. According to Trooper King, another structure fire around 3 o'clock Friday morning that destroyed a home on Highway 505 is also suspicious in nature and is believed to be arson. A Mayfield man will not go on trial for the 2009 murder of a Graves County woman. Court records show Tony Green's trial was scheduled to begin today, but he entered an Alfred plea yesterday to second-degree manslaughter and being a persistent felony offender. Court records or court officials say in an Alfred plea, Green does not admit guilt but acknowledges there is enough evidence for a conviction. Police say Green strangled 49-year-old Delilah Blair in October 2009 in her Mayfield apartment. With the plea deal, Green will serve a 12-year sentence without the possibility of parole. A 12-year-old Afghan boy who lost both his arms after he was struck by an IED earlier this year received new limbs thanks to the generosity of the 101st Airborne Division. Colonel Robinette Amaki says, quote, "I thought we were going to have to make something for him. The prosthesis we put on him are very crude prosthetics, but they are functional and he will be able to take care of himself." Military officials say the boy was fitted with the prosthesis and received training on how to use his new limbs before he went home with his family. A charity-based organization out of California made the prosthesis and shipped them to Afghanistan for free. A 26-year-old Hopkinsville man was injured in a motorcycle accident at the intersection of West 7th Street and Glass Avenue last night. Nicholas Moeller told Hopkinsville police that he was driving west on West 7th Street around 7:20 when he laid his motorcycle down to avoid hitting a vehicle that pulled out in front of him from Glass Avenue. The driver of the vehicle told police she looked both ways before pulling out and did not see any traffic, and witnesses stated that the motorcycle was traveling without a headlight at the time of the accident. After an investigation, police determined there were no working lights on Moeller's motorcycle. He was taken by private vehicle to Jenny Stewart Medical Center for treatment of injuries. And a 2-vehicle wreck on Pembroke Road yesterday afternoon sent a Hopkinsville woman to the hospital for treatment of injuries. 48-year-old Darla Harris was taken by ambulance to Jenny Stewart Medical Center following the wreck that occurred around 4:40 near Bradshaw Pike. According to Hopkinsville police, Harris was traveling south on Pembroke Road when she reportedly turned into the path of 25-year-old Justin Parker of Hopkinsville. Upon impact, police say Parker's vehicle became airborne and left the road into a drainage ditch where the car spun around and rolled over at least one time before coming to rest on its wheels. Parker was uninjured in the crash but was cited to court for failure to maintain required insurance on his vehicle. Major General John Campbell was among hundreds of dignitaries in Afghanistan celebrating the country's New Year's holiday. According to Campbell, Nowruz marks the beginning of the year and stands as hope and new light for Afghanistan. The Major General adds, quote, "It is a celebration of extraordinary blessings and an opportunity to look forward to the promise of a new day." The Afghan people have suffered too long from the oppression of the Taliban. Officials say Afghans traditionally celebrate the holiday by planting trees, making new clothes, and gathering friends and family together. Over 28,000 trees were distributed in the Ghazni province to farmers during the event. Well, the city of Elkton is partnering with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and other churches, groups, and organizations for a community-wide day of service called Pitching In for a Better Park. On April 9th, city officials expect over 300 people to attend the event to give the park a facelift it needs and makes needed repairs to fences, bathrooms, pavilions, and the concession stand. Kickoff event was held Saturday, March 26th at the park. Included in the kickoff event, Mayor Nancy Camp and Judge Executive Darrell Greenfield signed a declaration that made April 9th an official day of service. Everyone is invited to help spruce up the park, but volunteers are limited to ages 8 and older. Those between the ages of 8 and 14 must be accompanied by an adult, and those under the age of 18 will need a waiver signed by their parent in order to volunteer. Volunteers are asked to bring gloves, safety glasses, paint brushes, roller paint wand, and wheelbarrows, wear old work clothes, and maybe even some sunscreen. For more information, you may call City Hall at 270-265-9877 or go online at dayofservice.org. Well, a Crofton teen has been arrested for possessing and selling stolen property. 18-year-old Zachary Morris was arrested by Hopkinsville police last night around 8:15 at police headquarters. According to the report, witnesses told police that Morris was in possession of a stolen generator valued at $1,500 and a stolen TV valued at $400. Police say Morris admitted to possessing and selling the items. The victim reportedly told officers that Morris had been allowed to watch TV at the home while they were away, and when they returned, the suspect was gone along with the items from the residence. Morris is charged with receiving stolen property under $10,000 and 2 counts of theft of deception under $500. He was lodged in the Christian County Jail. Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $12 million and Wednesday's Powerball jackpot is $153 million.